Alright, whatever. We're gonna break the illusion that these videos are filmed in order. And we're gonna see my hair growing and cutting, growing and cutting, growing and cutting for a few weeks now. But you know what? Whatever. Some news just dropped today that I'm honestly pretty passionate about, and I just need to talk about it in a full-length video. A short is not gonna do for this one. And that, of course, is digital games being cheaper than physical games. This is something I've wanted since Xbox One came out in 2013. I fully believe that once full games got on the digital stores, that the digital version should be cheaper. And who, after all this time, is the first company that actually started doing it? And it's Nintendo. And you think I'd be pretty happy about that based on what I just said, but honestly, it feels like a dirty trap. It really, really feels like a trap. So let's get into this news that just posted right now. And Nintendo posted this about Nintendo Switch 2 game pricing information. Beginning in May 2026 and starting with pre-orders for Yoshi and the Mysterious Book of all games, new Nintendo published digital titles exclusive to Nintendo Switch 2 will have an MSRP that is different from physical versions. Nintendo games offer the same experiences whether in packaged or digital format, and this is a change simply reflects the different costs associated with producing and distributing each format and offers players more choices in how they can buy and play Nintendo games. As always, retail partners will set their own prices for digital and physical games, and pricings for each title may vary. And as you see, Wario64 posted it, who I found out about it from. And it says Yoshi and the Mysterious Book. Switch 2 physical is $70. Digital is $60. Now, I find this very interesting. There are a couple ways to look at it. Like, I'm honestly a little bit mixed because the price at $70, like, I always thought this game was going to be $70, right? The Mario Tennis game on Nintendo Switch 2, that was $70. Does it have a lot of content? Not a lot of content. I don't know. I have no clue how much content this Yoshi game is going to have. But for some reason in my head, I just kind of feel it's going to be similar to the Mario Tennis game. And $70 on Nintendo Switch 2 is this next generation console. I just started Resident Evil 9 in real time, to be honest. And I'm actually blown away by that game. That is really invoking feels that I would have with the PlayStation 5. Like, Nintendo Switch 2 is truly a next generation console. And we've had $70 games for like 5 or 6 years now. And so it just kind of seems like, of course, the game's gonna be $70. They're just keeping up to to the status quo, to just industry standards. But I can totally see people who think that Yoshi looks like it's going to be a $60 game, and the physical version is $10 more. And I don't know how I feel about that per se. It kind of feels to me that this game was gonna be $70, physical and digital, just like the Mario Tennis game. So instead of Nintendo charging $10 more for these games, this one in particular feels like that the digital is $10 off. Now, only time will tell whether we see more $80 games physical and $70 games digital. If that's the case, if we see stuff like Mario Tennis become $80, then I will agree that it seems like Nintendo is actually charging $10 more. Because when I say before that I've always thought that digital should be cheaper than physical games, that's always that, like, the physical game should be your standard price and digital should be cheaper. Those savings should be passed on to the consumer. At first glance, with this Yoshi game in particular, it does kind of seem like that the savings are passed on to the consumer. I mean, the $60 should be the standard game, and then, with real world stuff, everything's more expensive, logistics and all that, gas prices going up, the Switch 2 cartridge tax that, like, all third party are being hit on. It does seem like that the $10 more for the physical makes sense. And it seems nice that since the pricings have always matched, that this game is now $60, and it would have been nice to have seen Mario Tennis at $60. But at the same time, this game in particular, it seems like it get away with being a $60 digital game, and that seems like that makes sense. And this pricing just seems like a trap to me that Nintendo is doing this. One, because, like, it's in their best interest to get more people digital because of the rising cost of games, right? The games are $70, but at the same time, it's like, man, we're going through all this effort producing and selling these $70 games. Like, we're jacking the price from $60 to $70, so that way we're not losing money on these games. But at the same time, the cost of everything, like logistics wise, to get this out the door and to produce it, it's like, man, why can't everybody just be digital, so that way we just make even more money? And it's just, we can save so much cost if they just buy digital. And that's kind of always been the case, but now they're lowering the price from $70 to $60, and that just seems like that's just another trap to just nudge people. Another reason to go all digital. Oh, well, Nintendo Switch 2, it has all these game key cards, so you may as well just get the digital only. And now, even first-party Nintendo games, they're cheaper digital than physical, so may as well just go digital only. And I'm someone who was digital only for years. Xbox One, shortly after that launch, I started buying some games fully digital. Nintendo Switch in particular, I went full digital for quite a bit because they had the gold points and the voucher systems, and it was just so much cheaper to be digital. Like, and then Costco gift cards, you can save 10% using that, and it just felt like I was saving so much money going full digital. And I did that for years. And I don't know, I feel like I've woken up or something. Then I've switched more to physical. I appreciate the ownership. I don't know if it's because just like having more people in the house to share my games with, just realizing that I can resell stuff. Some of my favorite games I've played, I bought digital, and then I ended up double dipping because I'm like, why do I not have this physical as a relic that I just want on the shelf as like decoration? Like, I love that game. I just want to have it on the shelf. And when you have it digital, you kind of miss that. And that's maybe the collector mentality of it. But I'm someone who grew up physical games, and I eventually transitioned to digital for quite a bit of time. Never 100% digital, no doubt. I'll still probably always buy deals on games for that I don't care that much about. Like, if there's a cheap game I don't care about, I never was really going to buy, but it's $3 and I will have fun for it, even for if it's just a weekend or a week. Yeah, I'll pick that up and add that to my library. I'm not going to probably play it right away, but like, yeah, I'll buy the $3 digital game for sure. But the real money's in the full price digital games. And I don't know. It looks like Nintendo's looking for a W here or something, and it looks like this is an act of good faith passed on to the consumers. It's like digital's finally cheaper, and this is something I've always wanted. And now that we're so deep into it, now that I've gone digital, I've come back physical. I've actually been loving collecting for the Nintendo Switch 2. I have a video planned for that down the road, but I'm still going to support the physical version. I'm going to pay that extra money to get the physical version. And so many people online have been saying that they would pay extra money. We'll pay extra money for it full on cart. And then, I see it happen time and time again. A game comes out full on cart, and it's like $50 for a game that's like $30 on the eShop. And people are like, oh yeah, I ain't going to pay that much more for it. So this being $10 more, I feel like that's something that those people who are talking saying that they'd pay extra for $10 more, you best be paying extra. And I don't want to lose physical media. I like to own stuff. Even game key cards has some sense of ownership. I can resell it. I can share it easily. I can appreciate it on the shelf. I don't want to go with that full digital future. I've been buying movies and TV shows physical because I'm tired of streaming. And this just seems like it's another push, another nudge towards an all digital future, and I don't want to see it. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments, how you feel about this situation. Is this Nintendo doing something good for once? Is this a big W, or do you agree? Is like $70 for this Yoshi game seem crazy overpriced, and they're not passing the savings down to the consumer? In fact, they're actually upping the price of the physical games. I mean, do you think we're going to see more $80 games moving forward? I don't know if Nintendo ever, with their dynamic pricing little spiel they had earlier, describing this generation, their dynamic pricings, I don't know if they've ever said $80 is the ceiling for games. So I don't know. Can we see that 3D Mario and 3D Zelda be $90 physical and $80 digital? I'm not sure. That would be crazy. People would be going ham. And I don't know. I feel like this Yoshi Mysterious Book, it's like a game they don't project to sell all that much. And so it's just kind of this like nothing burger trying to sweep it under the rug. Like, this is what we're going to start doing moving forward. And then just kind of let people get used to it. People used to call, Twitter, and then they change their name to X, and I still try to say Twitter X. I don't really want to be gaslit into that, but more and more people are like, it's just called X now, and soon people are just going to be like, this is just how games are priced. The physical is $10 more. It's an $80 game digital, so of course it's $90 physical, and I don't know. Only time will tell if this is good for the consumer or not, but my gut's telling me this is a trap, and all these companies want us to go digital only, and I'm not ready. I'm here to fight, and I want to keep buying physical. I intend to keep buying physical, even if it's game key card. Like, that's all we can get. I don't want to give it up, because as soon as we give it up, as soon as Nintendo sees the data, they can say 80% of Switch games are digital, 20% are physical. Why even bother with the physical anymore, right? Like, as soon as they can get that data to prove that and make a case for it, they're going to axe the physical. And I don't know. I want the Nintendo Switch 3, like, if that is a thing, I want that to have physical card slots, right? These Nintendo Switch 2 game key cards, I want to put that into Nintendo Switch 3, and I want it to be able to download the game and have those eShop servers running another 10 years, right? I don't want to give up physical games. And only time will tell, but yeah, we'll see. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Like the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if this is your first time here. Or if you've been around for a while and you've been enjoying the videos, especially subscribe. And see you guys in the next video. Later.